The best tip to start the carnivore diet. What's your best tip?
So keep it simple. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. If it ain't that, don't eat it. If it is that, eat all you want. You don't have to portion control. You don't have to calorie count. Eat until you're comfortably stuffed of those 4 foods. There are other styles of carnivore. That's the one that I find to be the easiest, the quickest, and the least expensive.
Excellent.
I think exactly right. I think you should just keep it very, very simple. This is the simplest diet in the world. You know exactly what you can eat, what you cannot eat. You don't have to eat at any certain times. You don't have any certain portion controls, any calorie counting. You eat until you're satiated. And so it works very, very well for people because you tailor it to your own experience and to your own needs.
What is your top best tip to start carnivore?
Keep it simple. And basically, this is such an easy nutritional solution for human beings. And if it's difficult, you're not going to want to do it.
Right.
That's really the simplest tip here. And if you like lamb or pork or goat or elk or bison, go for it. And there's some variety.
What is your best tip for viewers who are ready to start?
Well, don't do what I did. Find some people. Find some meat. Any meat that sounds appealing. I think some people are like, what should I go buy? I don't know. What meat do you like? Do you love chicken wings? You should get lots of chicken wings. Do you love a ribeye? Get lots of ribeye, yeah. So I wouldn't force down any meats I didn't love, but I would also not go about this just completely on your own unless you feel so confident and you feel great. But if anything's going wrong, you and I are both such believers in find some friends, do it together. Encourage each other, get some accountability, and also some really solid advice, because eat meat is solid, and it really did change my health.
Absolutely.
But I needed a little bit more than that to get it.
What is your best tip for them to start?
I guess I'm going to keep the same theme, which is you may struggle. and not just because your relationship is not there to help you, but because how you feel, right? So I think with any of these dietary patterns that are low carb, you want to be aware of all the symptoms that can occur, headache, fatigue, etc. And if you're having those symptoms, maybe you just have an electrolyte issue. And if you have that, that's an easy fix. A lot of people who do carnivore, they just don't eat enough fat. So I just think understanding why does a carnivore struggle, making sure you mitigate that by adding those things back, electrolytes, hydration, and of course fat. If you don't want to live a life of chronic disease, I think carnivore is the way to go.
What's your best tip for them?
You know, my best tip is really to just do it. You have to be doing this for yourself. Don't worry what other people think about it. Don't worry what other people are saying, your family, your friends. This is something that you need to do for yourself, and you need to be willing to take the risk. And I'm going to put risk in quotations. We think it's a risk, but it's really all benefit. But just go ahead and do it. You owe it to yourself. Specifically, when we look at heart disease, this is all based around the flawed hypothesis that eating more fat, and specifically eating more saturated fat, leads to heart disease through the intermediary of raising your blood cholesterol. And really, both parts of that hypothesis are false. And just, again, I am a heart surgeon. I deal with heart disease every day, and I have no reservations recommending for my patients and doing it for myself, carnivore diets. And it's really a myth.
What is your best tip for them?
Don't overcomplicate it.
Okay.
What you eat, from the idea of eating what you can afford. Like one of the biggest hangups I see a lot of people have is, well, it's supposed to be grass-fed, grass-finished, and organic, and all this kind of stuff. It's like, look, I have people that have had great success going to Walmart and buying a 5-pound tube of ground beef, because it's about what you're cutting out more than what you're adding in.